she's a bit of a snob now that she's famous. You know, she doesn't have time for a lot of people. Doesn't really want to give autographs. No paparazzi. She just really just wants you to rub her belly. That's all she wants. She wants her belly rubbed and lots of snuggles. Jelly Bean has a whole wardrobe of clothes that are in categories from t-shirts to button-downs to jackets, just snowsuits, and then she has her own set of sweaters. All of this really happened when I knit Jelly Bean and I matching Darumi tees, and Pom Pom Magazine featured it on their Instagram, and then Kay Gardner from Modern Daily Knitting shared it on their Instagram, and that's kind of when things exploded. And a lot of people said the picture felt like joy and happiness, and that's what I try to infuse in a lot of my knits with color. A yellow sweater is happiness and light and joy. A red sweater is being bold. We take this time, we take this effort, we spend this money on this yarn. I want to make something beautiful. I want to make something that makes me smile. I think about color in terms of how does it make me feel and how does it kind of alter that mood. For me, I think that my career is teaching. I absolutely 100% see myself as a college professor. That is my career. This is fun. And I only do things with knitting that I think are fun. Knitting is about learning. In my classroom, it's all about learning. It's ask me questions. Let's explore topics. I think a lot of those things overlap. I also teach social media. I teach social media marketing. Most of my students know me because they go online and immediately look me up. So then, of course, they all ask me if I will knit them hats in the semester. I also knit when students take exams. So usually if they're taking exams, I will walk around and knit while that's how I proctor, or I'm sitting at the front, we'll pick up my knitting, they'll turn in an exam and be like, what are you making today? So there's a lot of crossover, but I think both are about learning, and that's where those worlds really merge for me. I love being a professor because I get to have, even if it's just this much of an impact on a student's life, on helping them shape them into the human beings that they're going to become. I love being in a classroom. It is my happy place. That's my joy. And what's great about going to classes or even doing YouTube stuff or doing something like Knit Stars is that you can ask questions or rewind it back and keep looking at it. And so for me, it was asking questions from a teacher. For me, when I go to YouTube or I download a class, it's about rewinding it back and going, what did I miss? Did I see how that, okay. And so I think Knit Stars brings all of the great things that I love about going away and seeing other people are taking classes, brings it into your home and at your own pace. I talked to a couple of former Knit Stars, and I don't necessarily know if I feel like I have something to teach or to share. Lots of people convinced me that I did. For me, this pushes me out of my comfort zone, but that's okay, and I think sometimes we have to do that. I agreed after a little bit of coaxing that I would do it. I also loved the fact that I got to partner with someone who dyes yarn. Geraldine from Wandering Flock is like a magician with yarn to me. So to get the opportunity to say, hey, I get to work with Geraldine and create a custom color and to kind of highlight her, it really wasn't just about me. It was also about shining the spotlight on someone else who I think is amazing. That made it feel a little bit more like, okay, I can do this. So I had multiple pulmonary embolisms. It was discovered in May, and super sick, ended up in the ICU. So I was only in the hospital in the ICU for a couple of days, and then they send you home. But I think because I was so emotionally, mentally, and physically spent, I had zero desire to knit, which was very weird for me because I knit every day. It took me about 6 weeks of just kind of zoning out and resting and giving my body and my brain time, because I think when you don't get enough oxygen, that also impacts your brain. Since I got out of the hospital, Jelly Bean has been all about like, sit down and hold me and cuddle me. And sometimes I think dogs know. So I'm listening and trying to figure out how to find the best balance for all the things I want to do. I think often we don't give ourselves grace. And I say we, meaning a lot of times women. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do everything. And I talked to my husband about this. I was the best teacher, the best grad student, trying to be the best wife, the best blogger, like the best dog mom. I can't do everything. And so something I had to give. And I've learned through this process, like, it's okay if the dishes don't get done when I think they should get done. It's okay if I spend an evening zoning out and sitting on the couch watching horrible reality TV. Because maybe my brain needs it. Maybe my body needs me to slow down. Or maybe my body needs me to do something else. So it's giving yourself the grace to realize, like, I can't do everything all the time. I can't be everything to everybody. And that's okay too.